Some of the most common questions asked by atheists, let's deal with it one by one. For example, what is the evidence that God exists? First of all, the existence of God does not need evidence because belief in God is a basic belief. It is something which is self evident. Fine. Now, belief in God can be wrong. I'm not saying just because majority of people believe in God, therefore God exists. I'm not saying that. What I am saying that since the belief in God is a basic belief, therefore the burden of proof does not fall upon the theist to prove the existence of God. Existence of God can be wrong. I'm not saying just because it is a basic belief it has to be right. No, that's not my claim. My claim is that since it's a basic belief, the burden of proof does not lie upon us, rather, the burden of proof lies upon the atheist who say that there is no evidence for existence of God. It's like saying there is no evidence for existence of truth, there is no evidence for existence of justice, there is no evidence for existence of love, and all that things. These are basic beliefs which does not need any evidence. These are self-explanatory things. These are self-evidence concept, and anyone who says the opposite, they have the burden of proof, and that's it. Another claim by atheists is that they say extraordinary evidence require extraordinary claim require extraordinary evidence. First of all, belief in God or claiming that God exists. First of all, nobody claims that God exists. Everyone believes that God exists. Fine. So, belief in God is not an extraordinary claim. It is the most basic and the most ordinary claim present on this face of earth. Fine. To such an extent that even a person who is well educated and a person who is not at all educated both believe in God. Fine. So it's not a sorry, it's not an extraordinary claim, it is actually an ordinary claim. So ordinary claim does not require evidence. Claiming that God does not exist or there is no evidence for the existence of God is an extraordinary claim which actually requires evidence according to their own logic. Fine. And they also say that so many people or everyone believes in different gods. Fine. And everyone disbelieves in the gods of other religion. So atheists are actually 100% disbelieving in God, and every other believer of God is actually disbelieving in the 99% other gods, which is not true. I think every person on the face of the earth believes in the God in which I believe in, which is God the Creator. Fine. But what is the difference between our belief and the rest of the people? The rest of the people associate partners with God, and we do not associate partners with God. This is the only difference which is made. So all the images of God which they make, they are not God in itself, because God does not have any image. They are association of God. They are partners of God. So even the polytheist of Makkah, speaking from an Islamic perspective, they are not a disbeliever of Allah, in a sense that they do not believe that Allah does not exist. They believed in Allah, but the primary reason why they are disbelievers is because they associated partners with God, and when messengers were sent, they disbelieved in the messengers of God. So since you disbelieve in the messengers of God, therefore they are labeled as kafir or disbelievers or ungrateful, whatever you would like to add. Another thing which they mentioned. Uh, okay, so let's now prove why do I believe in God, or why do actually most of the theists believe in God. The reason why I believe in God is that there is no other explanation present in science about the origin of life and consciousness from something which is non-living and unconscious. If you say that universe is the creator of everything which we see around it, the universe itself is a non-living entity, and it does not have a consciousness, but we have consciousness. We have intelligence, and we are living human beings. Universe cannot explain, neither does science explain, that how the life originated in this earth. Life, I'm talking about specifically about life and consciousness. How does consciousness originated from matter? Fine. And people assume that science will eventually find it out, but the thing is that since since the advent of science, not even 1 inch of the progress has been done on determining that how life originated from matter. The only explanation possible for this is that life originated because an already living being, an already conscious being, who has no uh, no beginning and no end, who is always eternal, they have created life, and they have created consciousness. This is the only logical explanation out there for the origin of life. And that also gives to, another question, that who created God. Atheists ask usually that who created God. If everything has a creator, then who is the creator of creator? First of all, this question itself is contains contradiction, because if a creator uh, needs a creator, then he is not a creator in itself, he is a creation. So if I prove something to be a creation, then I can ask the question that he has a creator. If I say that car is a creation, then I can look for the creator of the car, or the manufacturer of the car, whatever you would like to say. If I say that Microsoft is a creation, I can look at the founder or the creator of Microsoft. But once I prove something, if you prove God to be a creation, then we will go and see, look for the creator of God. But if you cannot prove that God is a creation, let me give you another example. For example, human beings. Fine, one of the most creative species, in fact, the most creative species present on the face of this earth. Even we are not the creator. And how do we know that? We know that from the fact that we have seen the reproductive system, the reproduction process, and even we know the evolution from the theory of evolution present, that we are made from this earth. And even in our mother's womb, we are made from a drop of liquid, and then it grows to the fetus, and then it goes to a baby, and then when they come out of the womb, it is grown up to a full grown man. So we are seeing our own production with our own eyes in today's time. So proving that we ourselves are not the creators, we are just a result of reproduction. Fine. And consciousness and life has been breathed into us. Fine. If the biology does not explain how life is originating and how consciousness is originating in ourselves. So even human beings are is been proved that it is a creation, not a creator, or not an ultimate creator. And then we have the universe. And as I explained before, that you cannot prove from the universe how life originated and how consciousness originated. So this also proved that universe is also creation. Now I have proved that human beings are creation and universe is a creation. Now it is the burden of proof is upon the atheist to prove that God is also a creation. If atheist can prove that God is a creation, then we will look, uh, we will then search for the creator of God. But according to our understanding, God is the ultimate creator, and ultimate creator does not need a creator. Microsoft needs Bill Gates as a chairman, or Microsoft has Bill Gates as its chairman, but Bill Gates does not have any other chairman. Who is the chairman of Bill Gates? That's an absurd question. Nobody is the chairman of Bill Gates. He is the, if you say, the last man standing. So God, our concept of God is uh, that God is the there is no time and space applied to the God. God is the first and God is the last, and God necessitates the presence of life and conscious on the face of this earth. And this is something which is much, the belief in God is much stronger than belief in science, because science is dynamic. Even science has its own constant and own fundamentals which will never change. Similarly, religion or the concept of God has their own constant and variables. Fine, something will never change, and that's the fundamental part of religion or science.